Alright, so what's going on, all you Sexi Messi Flexi Pexi motherfuckers? It's your boy T-Dub, and today I'm here with another Dragon Ball FighterZ discussion. And today we're going to be talking about the story mode of Dragon Ball FighterZ and how exactly it's going to work. Now, I think I have a pretty good idea of how that's going to work based on ARC's previous games and their previous attempts at Dragon Ball games and how their stories worked out. Now, we do know that Dragon Ball FighterZ is going to be getting a story mode because at the time of this recording, a few days ago, they actually confirmed that yes, Dragon Ball FighterZ will have a story mode. However, they will not be revealing, at least yet, how it will actually work. But I have a theory on how I think it'll work. Honestly, I think that everyone will have individual stories in this. I don't think that there will be one overarching story. I think you will play the stories based on a what-if scenario based on the character that you select for that individual story. Now, this has been done in games plenty of times before. Dimps actually did this in Budokai 3 where they had certain characters go through their own type of story mode type thing where they flew around the world and fought in battles based on how the story actually went, and they had some what-if battles thrown in there. Now, if you guys remember Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors and Supersonic Warriors 2 on the Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS, you guys will remember that ARC actually worked on those games as well. And in those games, they actually had individual character stories, which is where I actually got this idea from. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be using that model again when trying to I guess make the story and make it cohesive for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think just like in Supersonic Warriors 2, that there are going to be multiple pathways for everybody in this story. So let's give an example of Vegeta, for example, right? Let's say that in the beginning of his story, you're fighting against fucking, I don't know, Piccolo, right? Let's say you're fighting against Piccolo, and then you move on to Frieza, and, you know, no, because Vegeta has to start off as Super Saiyan. So let's say you start off at the Frieza fight, right? Let's say you start off at the Frieza fight, and fucking Vegeta and Goku are both Super Saiyans against Frieza, and that's how it goes from there. And then they go on to train Gohan into a Super Saiyan 2 form, and they go on to fight Cell or whatever. And from the Cell part, right, let's say they got like two branching pathways, right? Let's do this, right? Let's say the androids are gonna be in the game, right? Let's say they have one pathway where Vegeta goes on to fight the androids with Trunks, and then that kind of influences him to go on to like the Broly mission. Or if you choose the pathway where Vegeta goes on with Goku and Gohan to fight Cell, then it'll branch off and go on to Cooler, and then both pathways will meet back up, you know, to kind of go in and influence Buu Saga. You know, if you guys ever have played Supersonic Warriors, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I kind of mention those type of different pathway type things. If you haven't, try to go look up some gameplay of Supersonic Warriors. I may have some coming to the channel pretty soon. Not gonna say much more about that, but anyways, though, yeah, I do think there are going to be multiple pathways. I think it's going to be like one giant what if, which I'm all down for. I love what ifs in Dragon Ball. You know, I'm kind of tired of the same old story. I don't mind getting it, but if I can go with the what if story, I'd much rather have it, you know, be a what if. And I think that, I don't think all the characters are going to be unlocked from the start. I think that you're going to be able to unlock characters as you go. So it's like, say you're playing through Goku's story and then you beat up Cell, right? And then that's how you unlock Cell. And then once you unlock Cell, you not only unlock his story, but you also unlock him in versus mode. And once you play Cell's story, you unlock fucking the androids, you know? Like, shit like that. I think it's gonna be more like that, where it's like, once you get to a certain spot in someone's story, you're gonna unlock that character if they have a story, because I'm not sure if everyone will have a story. I don't think everyone had one in Supersonic Warriors 2. I don't think everyone had one. I think select people had one. I think it's gonna be the same way here. But when you combine, like in Super Sonic Warriors 2, when you combine all the stories together, it easily tops out at around like 10 to 15 hours. So it wasn't like a really short thing. Also, I think in terms of cutscenes, the bulk of cutscenes are going to be, they're gonna be like the models standing around talking, right? That's gonna be the bulk of cutscenes. But I also think that they're also gonna have like the in-game model CGI type cutscenes, and I think they're gonna have all original anime type cutscenes, because Arc loves to do that, especially in like BlazBlue and Guilty Gear. They love to do that, where in the story mode they have a mix of like purely animated cutscenes as well as like static images. Not really static images, it's like the character models on like a 2D plane talking to each other, and you know, they love to have that type of stuff. So I definitely think that's going to be in there. I think the story mode is going to be fully voice acted, but I don't know that for sure. This is all just speculation. But what do you guys think? In the comment section down below, let me know. This has been your boy T-Dub, and I'll see you guys in the next video.